Us physical media collectors will support these brands and these boutique labels if you give us good product. Welcome back. It is yours truly, Nick, a Movie AV Impulse, and today I want to talk about Sony. Yes, Sony right now, and I'm praying that this goes through. Unfortunately, stop the FOMO. You beat me to the video, and while I agree with 95% of the things you said, and FOMO, I am still a huge supporter. But I will disagree on one thing. You said
me because the future really is streaming. Now, those of you who are disc fans, right? Hard media, you're wondering, well, what about us? I don't know. What will Sony do with you?
where does this leave physical media collectors? Well, I'm here to tell Sony that this may put you on the right path to making more money, because while the physical media collectors is becoming a niche market, especially with Target heading out of the game next year and they barely carry anything anyways, and the newest craze with big lots and how they're coming out with a couple of steel books here and there, some Blu-rays or some 4Ks. I am more towards gravitating to something that's going to give me the bang for my buck. And Sony, if this deal goes through, you could really have a fantastic physical media market. But first, let's get into that intro.
Makes you think, what's the channel about? What's this really about? It's about teaching life lessons, teaching the youth. It's about top fives, movie reviews. That's what makes you who you are, makes you what you are. There's no rules in this game. There's no parameters. Just truth. So, 2-3 weeks from now, you're gonna wish you subscribed. 2-3 weeks from now, you're gonna be looking for Movie AV Impulse. Okay, I'm reloaded. Let's go.
Now, if you haven't heard, Sony is in talks of buying Paramount Pictures. Now, right now, Skydance is first up to bat with offerings. And while a lot of their staff doesn't like this, and I got my info from Stop the FOMO's video, I will link that down below because his theory is totally about what Sony is trying to do. I am not here to do that. I am here to basically, hopefully, at some point, like I did with my Best Buy video, and man, was I right on that prediction? Walmart definitely stepped their game up with the physical media and with the steelbooks. I'm here to tell Sony that if you do acquire Paramount Pictures, because you've already signed a deal with Disney, there are tons of movies that I hope Sony distributes and remasters, at least in Blu-ray, but at this point, I think a lot of us physical media collectors are hoping for 4K Blu-rays. I just want these movies out on something better than a DVD. And what FOMO was saying was that Sony could remaster these for streaming services at 4,000 nits, because all these new TVs that are coming out are promising these very high nit numbers. And if you don't know what nits are, listen, my man Caleb over at Digital Trends, he did a fantastic video. And at the end of this video, I will post that video and remaster some of these long lost titles that we need on at least a Blu-ray, like I was saying, or a 4K, which would be even more thankful, using your Dolby Vision connections, Dolby Atmos, because Sony is a big supporter of Dolby Vision. I would love to see you guys start your own boutique Sony label and just start slapping us with these fantastic releases. And if you want to know what releases should be coming out, well, just ask any YouTuber. We all have our own. And Sony right now just reminds me of Disney. They are trying to eat up all these different studios so that they can have this conglomerate of movie titles underneath them. But unlike Disney, that likes to keep everything selfish, but yet your Disney Club is failing and you're getting rid of that. Sony, on the other hand, you guys could really step your game up. Just make sure that they look something like Fright Night, because Fright Night was one of the better remasters that I love that you guys personally did. The Steelbook was amazing. It's things like that that would get us physical media collectors hype and would be ready to just pull the trigger. And as long as you keep those prices reasonable, because us physical media collectors will support these brands and these boutique labels if you give us good product. Anyways, this has been yours truly, Nick, a Movie AV Impulse. And hey, FOMO, I hope we can still be friends, but I will put your video in the description. Much love. You just beat me to the punch with the whole Sony thing, so I had to mention you. But you know, I still got mad support for you and Andrew and Caleb and Brian over at Whisper Status. I love you guys all. You guys are all awesome. Anyways, I will talk to y'all. Peace.
Thank you. You love me. You really love me. You're not going anywhere.